Gold-minded records, they're not your friends.
But if you email it, conspiracyworldwide@gmail.com, we always click play. And if we like it, we click download. And if we really like it, we'll get you on the show. Let's stop this track here, Menace. I want to call somebody right now. I want to call an artist he's been listened to the show for a while, and he sent his music through, and I've really liked it. We've been playing bits and bars, tracks off this album for the past couple of shows, particularly on the Halloween show as well. We probably should have got him on the Halloween show, given his name. Is that all right, Menace, if I just call him up now and just get him on the show?
We liked it.
Yeah.
We downloaded it. You coming on our show.
Let's do it. His name is Klive Kraven, and he's about to join us now. Conspiracy Worldwide Radio. conspiracyworldwide@gmail.com. Simple as that.
Hello?
Hello, Klive Kraven. Welcome to Conspiracy Worldwide Radio.
What's going on, man?
Yeah,
I'm
doing well, man. I'm doing well tonight. Now, as we're just explaining, you sending your music through, man. We really love this album, Natural Selection. Is that album actually out there now? Because I know you gave us the very early press release on this.
Yeah, man. It's officially out. It dropped on Halloween, October 31st. It's available everywhere right now. You can get it on iTunes, Amazon, Rhapsody, Spotify, Google Music, all that shit. You can get it right off the website if you want a physical. GoldMindedRecords.com. Go check that out. Cop it. Support real hip-hop. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's available everywhere right now. Just waiting to get it up on undergroundhiphop.com, and that should be the last spot.
Dope. Now, what I love about the album is there's so many styles there. A lot of artists we get sent, you know, and I'll be admitting now, seeing your name, Klive Kraven, I might be expecting a Vinnie Paz copy, somebody trying to be Vinnie Paz. A lot of artists out there trying to do that. Just because they're underground doesn't make them any good. I love the fact with this album that you take it so many different styles. Now, was this a kind of a sit down and just make an album? Or was it a kind of, is it more of a collection of different ideas you've had, different tracks you've had in time, and you put it all together in one long player?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, man, it's kind of a mix of things. Like, usually I do theme projects. Usually I sit down, I come up with a concept, and I try to stick to that concept for a full album, you know, which is kind of like what I like doing. It's like my signature, doing concept projects. But for this one, the concept was to do something completely different. Like you said, I wanted every song to be very different, and I wanted it to appeal to a lot of different crowds. Like, I've done a ton of things for a certain niche, you know what I mean? So I wanted to branch out and try different things. And I think between, you know, the different production styles, the different, you know, styles of MCing and the different concepts and topics on it, I just think it's a real different mix and something brand new. You know what I mean? Especially for people that are fans of my music and are familiar with what I do, I think I delivered something brand new and completely unorthodox.
There's one track on here, in fact there's a couple of tracks, one track in particular that reminds me, it's very Company Flow, and I mean the classic Company Flow, the happy Company Flow, the Company Flow with a smile on the face, and I think that's incredible. That's what really got me hooked on this and made me want to hear more, and you sent this over, and then I heard all these different styles on here. The main thing you missed out, man, is very, very good quality.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I really appreciate that. I really spent a lot of time mixing and mastering that project, and I did fully mix and master that whole album. Single-handedly, you know what I mean? I take pride in doing that for all my projects, and I sat down over a couple months, you know what I mean, to really get that perfect. You know, I went back into each song sometimes, you know, 3-4 times, remixing the vocals and just making sure everything was perfect, and, you know, the ad-libs were right where they needed to be, and everything was just 100% where I wanted it, you know what I mean, and the sound was just crisp. And I think it's one of my most cohesive projects to date, without a doubt.
What I love about you as well, as I speak to you now, is that you're not saying, well, you know, I'm an independent artist, it's so difficult, it's so difficult. You're not playing that. You're full of enthusiasm. And I mean, I'm going to cite other groups as well that have been up on the show recently with interviews, Paleface Junkies. Everything is positive with you. There's no reason now, is there, with the tools you have in front of you, for any independent artist to sit there going, oh, nobody's heard me. I need a label. I must get a deal. You're single-handedly dealing with this, aren't you?
Yeah, and I mean, you know, you don't need a deal, especially nowadays. I mean, nowadays music is so independent. I mean, yeah, I run my own label when I started my shit over a decade ago, but I didn't, you know what I mean, like, it was a little different a decade ago too. I mean, it definitely was different 10 years ago. But I mean, even nowadays, you don't need a label to blow up. You don't need anybody. You know what I mean? You just need dedication, hard work, and the belief in yourself to actually do it and to put in that work. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for almost 20 years. You know what I mean? This is all I really know. And you know what I mean? I've been writing since I was real young, and I got into producing young and early. And you know what I mean? My brother kind of got me into this lifestyle of being a writer and shit, and being an MC, and he brought me into that world. And since then, you know, I just stayed dedicated to it, and it's paid off in dividends. You know, it's really gone from recording on broken karaoke machines with cassette tape to running my own independent label and putting out multiple physical releases every year. So it's transformed 100%.
Now, if you are putting this together and you're the producer and you're an MC and the two things are colliding, that brings with it a challenge, doesn't it? Because you're kind of existing in your own presence almost, and it's about making a balance, which is much more difficult than if you were working with a producer and somebody else was sat there with you, so you both were doing your 50%. You're doing the 100% here. What sort of challenges does that bring?
It's a lot of challenges without a doubt, because it's 100% solely responsible on you. But in another sense, it's good because I like the fact of being self-reliant and not having to worry about, I got to get the verses from this person, I got to wait on beats from such and such, I got to get cuts from this guy, I got to get this chick to sing a hook. You know what I mean? Like, when you don't have to rely on other people, it allows you to be more efficient in a lot of ways. Like, my next project that I'm working on is 100% solo. It's going to be 10 tracks, you know what I mean? No features, no outside production. I'm fully mixing, mastering, producing, writing, and recording the album 100% solo. You know what I mean? Even designing artwork for it solo. So, you know what I mean? I'm all down for being independent like that. You know what I mean? That's why I got into producing so early. You know, I started as a writer and picked up the producing later, and I stuck with it because, why throw out mad money for beats when I can just make my own shit? And I love what I make. You know what I mean? I love my style of production. I think it fits me. You know what I mean? I produce for myself, but I also produce for a multitude of other MCs out there. You know what I mean? So I've gotten used to being able to do plenty of different styles and not, typecasting myself in a certain type of, style or genre. I've tried to expand beyond that.
I'm eager to play some tracks off this album so people can actually hear and be reminded and go, oh, that was a track you played a couple of shows. So, but let me ask you this then. I think this is an important question in terms of you as an artist. All political answers aside and all the politics aside, who genuinely, both from a musical and a business point of view, who inspires you in hip-hop in 2013? Who is your inspirations? Who are you taking those inspirations from? I'm not talking old school. I'm talking currently making music. Who really, all political answers aside, who really do you look up to and think, that person, when they drop that album, that inspires me to write again? When they put out the album through their label, that inspires me to put another album out through my label. Who are you gaining this influence from?
Man, honestly, in the hip-hop world, because I'll be truthful, I listen to a lot of, older material. Like, I listen to a lot of stuff I sample from, a lot of 60s and 70s funkadelic style shit and a lot of different genres. But in the hip-hop world now, for me, one of my favorite MCs in the underground circuit, without a doubt, is R.A. the Rugged Man. You know what I mean? R.A. is fucking dope. I think R.A. kills shit. You know, I've been a fan of R.A. since, back in the Crustified Dibs days. You know what I mean? And I followed his career all the way through Die Rugged Man Die, all the way up to his new shit. You know what I mean? So it's he's a dope MC that I look forward to his new shit coming out. You know what I mean? He's been around for a while. He's not a new cat or anything, but he recently put out an album not long ago, and I think it was definitely one of the dopest hip hop albums to come out in a while.
Yeah, without question, man. And he's such a great guy to talk to as well. He's in reality. He's not in some ego somewhere at the top here. So what's coming next then, man? What's after this is just dropped. What an awful question to ask somebody, but I know you're always working, you're always producing, you're always thinking of future projects. What have you got in the pipeline? After people have searched this one out, what can they expect after this?
Well, like I said, man, the next thing is probably going to be this solo project. Like I said, I want to do 10 solo tracks. No outside production, no outside features, just 100% me killing shit by myself. You know what I mean? I really, really want to do that. I already got a theme for it. I don't want to give it away because, I'll keep it to myself until it's ready to come out. But I got a really dope theme and concept for this album. I think it's real unique. So I'm looking forward to that, and I also got a couple group projects I'm working on. You know what I mean? Shout out to my homeboy Anonamix from Goldminer Records. You know what I mean? Me and him are working on some shit together. We got a group that we have called Death, Devils Entering at the Heathens. You know what I mean? Acronym for that, and we're just trying to get some beats together right now. So if any producers out there, you want to submit some shit to us, you know what I mean? Hit me up, send it over, klivekraven@yahoo.com. You know what I mean? Some of your beats if you want to get involved on this, because we're collecting beats for it right now.
Dope, man. Now, for people Googling, it's 2Ks. K, Klive, K, Kraven as well. So 2Ks there for that Google search. Listen, man, it's been a pleasure. I want to get into these tracks as quick as we can now, really, so people can really hear who we're talking to fully for all the people out there. I really wish you the best success with this album. It dropped on, of course, October 31st. Run through very quickly, man, where people can catch this. Is it all the usual places? So Amazon, I know you've already mentioned at the top of the interview.
Yeah, they can go to iTunes, Amazon, Rhapsody, Spotify, eMusic. You can go to goldminerrecords.com and cop a physical, and very soon it will be on undergroundhiphop.com for physical purchase as well. So, yeah, plenty of spots to get it. You know what I mean? Glad to be on the show. Major shout-outs to Conspiracy Worldwide Radio. Shout-outs to Goldminer Records, my homeboy Internal Metal, Underground Vault, Hip Hop Head, Doc Got It. You know what I mean? Undergroundhiphop.com. All my body bags dudes, all the fans, supporters, fellow artists I fuck with. You know what I mean? Honor to be on the show, man, without a doubt.
No, let's keep in touch, man. This is the first, but it definitely won't be the last. Klive Kraven, take care. I'm going to drop into a track off this album.
Word up.
Aye, it's Klive Kraven, Conspiracy Worldwide. This is the album you need to be searching for. Natural Selection. Let's drop into this one.
Yeah, Klive Kraven. No, I'm back again. You know what it is? True Hatred, Part 3. 2 times wasn't enough. Too many motherfuckers hate me. That's cool. Because guess what? I ain't trying to have y'all be my friends anyway. Nah. I'm not making no friends, I'm not making amends. I'm cracking your frame until it breaks and it bends. They hate me in one sense, but love me in the other. Shove a gun up in your mother, call it Sex Pistols. I'm striking individuals and snatching residuals. I ride like minerals, you soft like dinner rolls. Your whole crew is minuscule, the shit is pitiful. We are the pinnacle. Generals, militants, army men, killing shit, pillaging the ignorant. There is no innocence, but in this sense, all these cats are playing dead, and I can care less. Cause I'm making bread.
Hola soledad. Hola soledad.
The cartels in Mexico were taking heads and leaving the bodies in lake beds. I make fresh flows. I don't throw jabs, only death blows. Hooks and elbows, kicking doors in. Who the hell's home? You're in a horror film with no cell phones. Rappers are cell clones and they need a place to dwell, so the culture is housing them. But watch out, vultures are scouting them. So it's dinners with kings, eating up livers and things. Because all my haters end up in rivers and sinks. Sticks are nothing but faggots, slither and sink. Crush them all till they just wither and shrink.
Hola soledad. Hola soledad.
Breaking up my CDs and tearing down my posters. Coming to my crib with a couple loaded toasters. Must be loaded on the coca. Slash your face up like the Joker. All that true hatred is truly fake shit. You don't hate me, bitch. You really like the way I lay shit. But it's okay, kids. You can hate if someone else initiates it. Kinda fishy, ain't it? But I get it, cause children can't talk without permission. So your well thought out vision of hating can't be taken serious by dudes who are fake and delirious. Turn your speakers up, I hope you're hearing this. We taking souls from all the spiritless.
Hola soledad. Hola soledad. Hola soledad.
Of course, Santa Klive Kraven. We keep things moving tonight. NORE on the way. We've got Troy Ave coming. And of course, Qualade Chris. So much more coming.